Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I have more art to unbox. Now it's a piece that I've been, I hinted at a while back. If anyone has watched all my videos, maybe you can zero in on what that might be. But it's a piece that I actually have seen already in person. But I didn't have a great way of getting it here to my house. So huge thanks to my buddy Matt Todd, who helped make that possible. Now I've had this for a little bit, but I'm finally getting a chance to open it today. So we're just gonna jump right into it. And yeah, so like I said, I teased this video, teased this back into the OAX haul video that I did. It's a piece that I picked up at the show. I had paid for it previously, but then picked it up at the show. But it was slightly larger than my 11 by 17 portfolio could hold. So I didn't have a great way of getting it here to the house. So thankfully, like I said, Matt had a portfolio that was big enough to get this to his house, and then he was able to get this to me. So now he apologized profusely at the length that it took it to get to me, but I can't really complain because at the show I also picked up a piece for a fellow collector, and it took me a while to get that out to him. So you know, I wasn't about to to say, hey, where's that piece of art, because you know I was guilty myself of not getting it out. So anyway, nothing but gratitude towards my buddy Matt. So let's see how we got this. All right. Yeah, and I knew. So I was absolutely okay waiting because I knew that he would get this to me safely. Matt was very meticulous, so yeah, I knew it was in safe hands, and I knew that it was just a matter of time. So, like I said, so yeah, this is one that I had seen in person already, but it's good to see it again. Yeah. So the artist is John Amor. He is repped through Jiggy Cruz, his stable of artists, Next Comic Art, out of the Philippines. And now John is someone who. So I'm gonna hold off for just a sec. So a lot of times when I'm buying art, especially with the characters that I am nostalgic for, like say Cyborg Superman, Doomsday, anything from the Death and Return of Superman, it really is mostly just the artists who are working on those titles at the time. So it's not like I'm a Cyborg Superman collector or you know, art collector. It's more of, you know, Dan Jurgens, Tom Grummett, Butch Geist, and John Bogdanov. Like, so those guys that were drawn at the time, I zero in. It's mainly those artists. Now with this character, it's a newer character. So I well, not quite new, but this incarnation of him is new. And I found myself really being attracted to various takes on this character and various pieces that have this character on, just because it's a great concept for artist interpretation and where you can take this character and what you can do with it. So I found myself really kind of gravitating towards a lot of different artists, their take on the character. So no surprise, but it's Gunslinger Spawn. Now, like I said, it's John Amor. Now, this was from the Todd McFarlane did a I'll put it down. Again, brilliant marketing back in for January. It's called Spawnuary, and he put an open request out for artists to draw Spawn characters. There were 4 weeks. Each week was a different prompt. There was I think it was Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Scorched, and then villain of any kind. And it was, you know, put it out there to let it's kind of like a talent search. So artists would draw their pieces given that prompt, post it on Instagram, and then he selected winners. It was supposed to be one winner for each week, but they got so many entries. They chose 5 winners in the Gunslinger Spawn category. So I'll just put pictures of them here. They're fine. I mean, they're, you know, I don't want to be negative about any of them. They're just not some of them aren't really like the vibe that I would want for my collection. Some of them are digital, some of them aren't even, you know, traditional pieces. There's one by Tom Mason, like he's known for doing his coloring. That one I really like. It's like a wanted poster, which to me, again, naturally the one winner that really spoke to me was the one that harkens back to the Old West. So you know, congratulations to those winners, but I still, you know, still have my favorite. As I was as the submissions were being posted, you know, I would see some of them. I wasn't paying too much attention to all of them, but this is one that actually Matt Todd sent to me, like when it got posted, when John posted this, and it's one that out of a lot of standout or a lot of good entries, a lot of, you know, solid entries, this is one that immediately stood out to me, and I just I loved it. I tend to I'm attracted to more of the kind of Western aspects of Gunslinger Spawn. So now his adventures in the present day are fun. You know, like the Brett Booth art. You know, obviously I love that. But it's really the Western setting that I really love about Gunslinger Spawn. And this piece just made me feel like it was you know, kind of like a theater, like how do I say this, like a 70s kind of poster, theatrical poster kind of lobby card art. Just something about it, you know, the composition made me think of that. And that's the vibe that it gave me. And then I saw some process videos of John doing this piece, and yeah, like all of the line work, it's just insane. Like I mean, all like cross hatching, I was absolutely floored by this. The way it all came together, the silhouette of the Gunslinger on the horse. I'm a big sucker for Gunslinger Spawn on the horse. Yeah, it just absolutely spoke to me. That I even before this was before that I purchased it before any winners were announced. Or it was just like, you know, I don't care if this is selected as selected as a winner for to be a cover. I just was like, I don't care. I want this piece. And Jiggy had put it on an art drop prior to OAX, and I jumped at the chance. And since I was buying the Mannix piece at OAX, I was like, oh well, let's just, you know, hold this, bring it to the show, and then I'll just pick it up there. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to, hopefully next year, if Jiggy comes back to OAX and brings some more of his artists. I'm hoping John goes to the show, because I'd love to meet him in person and thank him for this one, because yeah, even though it wasn't selected as one of the winners, I don't care. It's still it's my favorite piece that I saw anyone do for Gunslinger Spawn. I mean, I don't mean to overhype it because it's the one that I bought, but it's the one that spoke to me. I saw a lot that I liked, but this one, I was like, I want that one. I need to have that. I don't care. So yeah, so really impressed by what John has been doing. He's done a lot more pieces. He's done more pieces recently with this kind of, you know, I'm not versed enough to tell you what kind of style this is, or, you know, I don't know. I'm sure if anybody wants to put in the comments the comments if this is a nod to another artist, or if this is a technique or just a style. I don't know. I just know that I loved it. So, but he's been doing some more pieces that involve just a lot of line work like that to give the solid lines, to give the shading, cross hatching. He posted a piece that was available for it was an Aquaman piece. It was Aquaman Mara. Had actually, I'll put it up there. I think it's still available through Next Comic Art. That was awesome. He did Next Comic Art did an '80s themed drop recently. It was '80s cartoon themes, and he did a Dino Riders piece, which was amazing. So put that there, just to kind of get a flavor for an artist that you might not have been aware of. I mean, I certainly wasn't. I mean, I have no shame in admitting that. I try, much like looking at auctions and trying to avoid auctions. I don't seek out pieces from artists that I'm not familiar with. I'm not trying to. The way I approach collecting art is not. It's not my goal to find the next big artist or the next. I just buy things that I like. So I don't look as much on Instagram. Sure, I'll see pictures that get shared or whatever that come across the feed, but that's not my goal. I'm not trying to buy low when artists are kind of breaking through, or just to kind of look for the next great artist. That's not. This is the case of just. It's the first time I've really in my collection. I can say. Let me think. Is that true? Pretty sure it's true. So I can say that I'm a Gunslinger Spawn collector, and it's various artists. It's not just I only want Gunslinger Spawn by Brett Booth. There's a lot of collectors that their collections are built around one or two characters, and not necessarily artists. I've always been an artist collector. Check some boxes of owning pieces from artists that I admire. But this Gunslinger Spawn, I love westerns. I love the character. I love what you can do with the character. Put him in a modern setting. Put him in the western setting. I love it. So I don't know where I was going with that necessarily, but I guess just that I'm a Gunslinger Spawn collector. So yeah, this is one that being that I am attracted to pieces that gave that kind of old west vibe, I had to have it. So yeah, happy to have stumbled upon John's art. I've chatted with him through social media a couple times, messaging. Very cool guy. So while I wasn't necessarily looking for a new artist to collect, I will say I'm very impressed with what John has been doing. So I can see myself buying more of his art. So yeah. So there's one more look at the actual physical piece. I just love the vultures kind of flying above his head. Just everything about this piece. I love it. So yeah, thanks again to my buddy Matt for getting this to me safely. And yeah, thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you soon. So real quick at the end here, I just wanted to say that John Amor actually is open for commissions. Here, as I scroll through, here are some examples of his pieces. If you are interested in anything, if you want to set up a commission, contact Jiggy at nextcomicart.com. The one characters are $375, two characters are $425. Not to make it a commercial for John, I'm just trying to spread the word a little bit about an artist that I've come to really appreciate and admire. So thanks for watching.